do you remember there was this little guy named Joe Biden? And Joe Biden was a whippersnapper. He would say, listen, Jack. And he would say, that's malarkey. And he would say...
These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
That's right. And then he started aging a little bit. And he would still say stuff like that, but it would go a little bit more like, these are guys' ass. Right? And so his opponent started calling him Sleepy Joe Biden. And it branded very effectively, unfortunately. Well, it's a little ironic because that opponent of Biden's that branded him sleepy is very sleepy himself. And I don't think that he realized that this side camera was rolling because he was caught on video, Donald Trump, taking a sleepy time. Sleepy Donnie. Here we go. Whilst Dr. Oz is talking about obesity and dementia. While Dr. Oz is talking about obesity and dementia, and Jaden is having a coughing fit and has now left the room, Trump is sleeping and is, obese.
People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed. Folks whose knees don't hurt. People who don't have heart attacks, renal failure, dementia. All the things we know are associated with obesity and much more.
That led to Mike Nellis saying, Dr. Oz linking obesity to dementia while Trump slumped over at his desk is absolutely a choice. It's a choice Oz made. But this led to some photos. Look at this. Look at those eyes. Sleepy Don. Look at this. Look. This is the person with the vitality and resilience MAGA wants us to know. And then this. Now, this was the same press conference where he got to sit in his chair and nap, but everyone else had to stand there for a super long time, so one person collapsed. But, The next clip I want to show you relates to the Supreme Court case. President Donald Trump's use of sweeping tariffs faced sharp questioning at the Supreme Court on Wednesday. In a case with major implications for the president's agenda and the global economy, a majority of justices, even with this Supreme Court, including several conservatives, expressed doubts about the White House's justification of the import duties, which the president has said are necessary to restore blah, 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 blah. So we'll see how this case rules, but it looks like there might be a chance they would shut down Trump's uses of these tariffs, citing his emergency authority, which is why he doesn't need congressional authority, or congressional approval, even though the emergency is just, I don't like the trade balance with other countries. So that will be fascinating, and his entire tariff agenda could be slapped down. But I'm not holding my breath too much, given this Supreme Court's track record. And you have Trump being asked about this.
Yesterday in the Supreme Court, Chief Justice Roberts said that tariffs are taxes and that they're paid by Americans. He said this pretty clearly. And yet you're saying that this money is rolling in from other countries. How do you square those two?
Well, it's coming in because they've charged us. Those same countries that you talk about are charging us massive amounts of money. If you look at the tariffs over the years that were put on our heads, there's a reason we're $38 trillion owed.
I wish someone would tariff your head. That hair. Put 100% tariff on that hair. So he was asked about a justice saying, Americans pay the tariffs. And Trump goes, well, and says his normal things, and then try to get your head around this explanation.
Related to that, are you moving forward with any new tariff announcements before a decision from the Supreme Court?
This is the best one, and we can do other things, but they're slow by comparison. Like as an example, with the 100%, I was able to do it instantaneously when we were threatened by the rare earths, as you know, the magnets. And I did it instantaneously. It was a matter of seconds. And it was a matter of seconds that I got a phone call, let's work this out.
Yeah, so from the standpoint of the 100%, he did it instantaneously when the magnets threatened him. Now, of course, I guess he's saying that even if his emergency authority legal justification he's citing gets slapped down by the Supreme Court, he'll still find other legal mechanisms to impose the tariffs, but it just won't be as instantaneous, like how he was able to impose the 100% tariff on China when they started making threats in response to his trade war in relation to rare earths. That's what he's trying to say. But instead we got, the magnets threaten me. Then this.
Yeah. You're saying you're happy with what you came out of it.
If I didn't have tariffs, we would right now, the entire world would be in a depression. Because, that wasn't a threat against us. That was a threat against the entire world. I did this for the world.
If it weren't for the tariffs, the entire world would be in a depression. So those are your options, America. You can either have a depression or the tariffs. How do we know that we would have been in a depression with the tariffs? We don't, but we just have to take Trump's word for it. And we have to take his... No, I'm not going to make fun of that. There's just a part of his body that is drooping more than normal, which is fine. That's not the reason that we oppose him. Please do, as we continue to do, there's a lot more to talk about this segment. Click the subscribe button. What? If you haven't done it yet, I don't know why. I appreciate that you're watching the show. One more step to get the word out, and that's clicking the subscribe button. Here's more.
Wall Street numbers do not reflect my Main Street money. Please do something, President Trump. So I guess what do you say to Regina and people like her?
Well, I do say this. Beef we have to get down. I think of groceries. It's an old-fashioned word, but it's a beautiful word. Beef we have to get down, but we've got prices way down. And think of this. Energy. She drives a car, probably, and her energy prices are way down. And energy is so all-encompassing. It's so big that when energy goes down, everything comes down.
Energy's up. So there we go. Groceries are up. Energy at large is up. Then again, Trump tells what we referenced earlier in the show, this bonkers misleading statement about how groceries are down despite them not being, because Walmart has a Thanksgiving package that is cheaper than it was last year because it has way less stuff in it than it had last year.
Talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of...
Wait, but listen to how he explains this. The brain is struggling in there.
A brain.
There's just a few cells just battling, brawling it out, trying to be the last one standing.
Bing, bong, bing, bing, bing.
And those two cells are trying to remember, what the heck? What the heck was the thing? Something 25% about Walmart. What was it? He can't even remember what it was that his lie is.
Talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving. For Joe Biden, it was 25% more than it is for me. At a later time, our energy costs are way down, our groceries are way down, everything is way down, and the press doesn't report.
Then it's up, and it's up, and it's up, and it's up. Thank you, Cardi.
The press reports whatever the con people say. I call the Democrats con men and women. They make up numbers. But when you look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration, that's a tremendous number. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. They do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals. 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now we're much less. If you look at energy, we're getting...
I don't want to hear about affordability. Everyone's been saying this, but clip that and put it in every ad forever. Because imagine, please do imagine, Joe Biden said, I don't want to hear about affordability. He would go, there's so many problems, we're trying to do more, but we did a couple good things, but I know it's still tough. And people would be like, you don't care about people's pain. And now Trump's going, I don't want to hear about affordability. Now, did you hear him zap out there? He said a 25% reduction in the chart in all of Thanksgiving. That's not even close to what his talking point's supposed to be. because his other administration officials have said that. I think even he said it correctly before. It's not that. First of all, here's the fact check on food. See? And then he posted this out. He sent out on Truth Social the correct talking point that's a lie, but like worded correctly. And then he gets to a press conference and thinks it's all... Let's discuss this, and then I'm going to play a little part of the clip again. He said 2025 Thanksgiving dinner under Trump is 25% lower than 2024 Thanksgiving dinner under Biden, according to Walmart. My costs are lower, are lower than the Democrats on everything, especially oil and gas. So the Democrats' affordability issue is dead. Stop lying. Very similar message. Epstein and affordability. Shut up about it. Epstein's dead already. Walmart's 2025 holiday meal this year contains only 15 items, while last year it included 29 items. So, yeah, it's cheaper because it's way less things. This year's basket nixes multiple Thanksgiving staples, including pecan pie, cranberry sauce, whipped cream, mini marshmallows, corn muffin mix, as well as fresh sweet potato, celery, and onions. Additionally, many of the name brand items have been replaced by Walmart's great value items. So they made it probably way more cheaper for them than just a 25% reduction, and they're selling it to you for just a 25% reduction. 15 stuff this year, 29, and then Trump's bragging about that. But he doesn't even know what the lie is supposed to be. Listen to this again now, knowing what he's trying to say.
25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration. That's a tremendous number. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart, or whatever it is they do. That they do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals.
It's a synopsis is what it is, a Walmart synopsis. Unbelievable. Aaron Rupar said Trump taking a victory lap because Walmart made their Thanksgiving meal smaller and crappier and hence cheaper is such a perfect encapsulation of his hucksterism. And then a reporter tried to inform Trump of this. Hey, it's cheaper because they took half the stuff out. And Trump's like, shut up.
How to stop it.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. President, since you brought up the Walmart Thanksgiving meal, and it is cheaper, but it also contains less. As a board of
Well, I haven't heard that. You're telling me. Who are you with?
I'm with NBC News, sir.
Fake news. NBC. You're fake news. What a NBC's gone down.
La 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 la. That's his response. Doesn't want to hear what is correct. And then
Donald Trump has...
Whoa. One of the things I wanted to show y'all is, meanwhile, the White House, after the Tuesday Democratic sweep, just spent the day coping about how they won back in 2024. Like, instead of going, I don't know why we lost so many races even in Mississippi, as Republicans in this election cycle, after people actually got to see what Trump's governance looks like, they're just still tap dancing on the grave of liberals about the last election. And so they were just crap posting videos like this. Happy anniversary was the caption to the left's meltdown. This is the White House official account that seems a little fixated on Harry Sisson.
Donald Trump has won the 2024 presidential election.
What has happened to America? What has happened to democracy? What has happened to freedom?
If you're a Donald Trump supporter, you're ugly and dumb.
I've been crying for 24 hours.
Some of these people look like they're 19. The official White House account is showing college students crying and going, "Ha! You suck. You're the White House." And you're crapping on teenagers having an emotional reaction to an election that to many people, me, was devastating. So then someone said, had to post an old win because you got swept. Tough scenes. And they just kept posting things like this. The map that made the left cry, never forget. I think I might be able to find for you here a little different map that I thought could help if you could be patient with me. I know I have it somewhere, and it's here. They love posting those. Look, ready? Because it's a bunch of empty space. So very empty counties go for Trump. This is a population map. Much more blue than they like to admit, but they're still just hyped that they won in 2024. Okay, yeah, but what about this election that just happened? And you don't have any takeaways from that. And now they're becoming indistinguishable from these crap posting pro-MAGA social media accounts. I do apologize to everyone. Jaden has a real issue that we feel bad for. He's ill, so he's coughing, and it's just I'm feeling it. I'm in the splash zone, and this is what you call love, brotherly love. You'll take the spattle, while you're doing a show. No, okay, that was not purposely like Tucker Carlson, but it was. Breaking: liberals are melting down. This is the equivalent of the White House account now, but this is a random, probably bot account. Liberals are melting down after rumors that a massive Jesus statue, the Christ of Liberty, is planned to be built in the New York harbor to honor America's Christian heritage. What's your reaction? And this account is known for posting a lot of this liberals are melting down, when of course I've never heard of what they're talking about, and I have not heard a liberal melting down over it. Oh, community note, there are no plans to build a statue of Jesus in New York City harbor. The video shared is an AI video. They're like making up things to laugh at liberals over. Very bizarre. One other Dr. Oz moment you have to see. He wants you all to start spawning Trump babies.
European company, we've dropped in fertility drugs, so we'll make lots of Trump babies, I'm hoping by the midterms.
I'll have your babies.
You're my daddy.
Liberals told me that men can have babies. Cheryl, can I have Trump's baby? Can I have Trump's baby? Can I have Trump's baby? That was kind of cool. It's the Bobby remix. Okay. Then, did we get the Boom shit yet? No? Okay, we'll get that.
Hey, we thought it was 125 million pounds. Mr. President, our estimate, based on the company numbers as well, is Americans will lose 135 billion pounds by the midterms.
Yeah, 400 pounds each. Let's do it. We can do it, America. He thinks we're going to lose 300 plus. I think it's like 390 something pounds each by the midterms. And then we'll be in perfect physical condition, just bones to start pumping out Trump babies. Yes, I'm so excited.